Hello everyone! Today I want to talk to you about why I decided to do my coaching training after last time my video where I told you a little bit about my doubts and beliefs about the coaching industry. Now I do want to tell you what my motivation was to actually start with it and what changed my mind. So as almost in life, there's a short answer and there's a longer answer, and I just want to tell you both ones. The first one is the short one. It just felt right. I think it's very often in life where you just have this feeling that the idea just pops up in your mind again or for the first time, and it just feels right, and it feels like you have to pursue this feeling and the idea that you just had. And that also happened to me. I thought about it, it came towards me, and I just thought, now is the moment, now I want to start. But of course there's also a longer version of why I did decide to become a coach, which was not only a feeling that I had in my belly or a gut feeling. So I think that a decision which involves a change of your career, or where you also have not only a huge time invest but also investing money into it, it's a longer process, it takes some time. And for me it started in 2019, where I really wanted to change my job and I didn't know what to do and in which direction to go. I always had the feeling and the idea, this vision that I wanted to work together with women, but I had no idea what exactly I wanted to do. And I did hear about lots of people becoming coaches, and that was where I was thinking about it as well. And during the course of the years, I have heard it more and more that people were feedbacking to me that I should become a coach, I would make a great coach and whatsoever. But at that time I was not ready yet, and I decided not to do it. Instead I went on a world trip which got cut short because of Corona. Coming back from this world trip in April 2020, I found myself in a situation where I did not have a job, I did not have a home because I was subletting my apartment, and I had no plan whatsoever what to do with my life. And I actually started working on 3 projects simultaneously. First one being that I opened a very small women's circle with 3 friends of mine, and we just exchanged our feelings and ideas about a certain topic, and it was really great during the time of Corona to connect with other people and just having this feeling that you're being supported. Another project of mine was I had an idea of a retreat that I wanted to organize, and I started pursuing this, also a retreat for women. It didn't happen eventually because also Corona came again and we couldn't meet in person. But yeah, the third project was my own startup which I started working on, and eventually this one became the biggest thing that I worked on, and a very beautiful idea where I was really standing behind it. But I was working on it for around 1.5 years before I decided that that's it, I won't continue with it. I realized that building up a startup is a little bit too big for me, and I felt the need to do work by myself, to become autonomous or freelancer or whatsoever, but not building up a company. I just wanted to scale it down to myself. And here again, I was there without an idea, again without a plan, and again I didn't know what to do. So what I want to tell you is that you start walking towards a direction And there's so many things that you're trying out in between, but eventually it actually leads you to the one thing that does feel good for you. During all of this time, I have been getting the feedback over and over again that I would do a great coach, that I would be a good coach, but I did have my doubts. Does the world need another coach? Does the world need me to be coaching? I didn't know about a good coaching school or a format which I really resonated with, and I didn't want to be paying for something that eventually would make me like a bad coach and where I wouldn't be really prepared. But yeah, I did try different things out. During the time of me being an entrepreneur, I was giving mentorship as well to younger people, to younger women. And all of this made me believe that I would be a good coach to other people and that I do have something to give, lots of experience to share, which other people, other women would also profit from. So this was one step, the inner belief that made me really believe in myself or pushing me into this direction as well. And then it was not only this mindset of mine that started changing, but also I have been listening to this one podcast for so many years. And I don't know if you know this feeling that you start listening to one podcast, one person, might be a coach, might be not, and at some point this person starts to annoy you and the podcast as well, and you hear the whole thing over and over again. And with this podcast it did not happen to me, and this coach really resonated with me and the things that he said and that he transmitted, and I started just absorbing what he was saying. And at some point I found out that he's giving this coaching training, and I was thinking about starting it last year, but something did not feel right within me. I wasn't ready yet, I guess. And then I did listen to another podcast of him as well, and he promoted his coaching training again for the upcoming year. Then I also talked to a friend of mine who just started or was doing this training, and she was really happy and amazed about it. And that's when I actually took the decision to do it. So my first doubt, does the world need me as another coach? I mean, yes, always. There's no other person like myself who would share exactly the same things, who has the same experience, who has walked the same path as I have done. So probably there is someone out there who wants to listen to my experience and not someone else's one. Then do I want to be one of those incompetent people who name themselves coaches who are out there? No, and I don't think that with this training, with this course that I'm doing, that I will become one of those. I have my own path, I will have my own learnings, and I will do the best that I can do to not fall into this trap of being lazy and not walking the path myself. I also want to do all of those exercises, to be coached, to become a better person, to reach my goals. And I firmly believe that this is what you will need when you are looking for a coach. In a nutshell, the reason why I want to become a coach is first of all for myself to set the first milestone towards a new life, towards being independent and maybe having a side income at some point as well, but also to help women finding their why as well, and their passion, what they love to do, and just getting rid of those shackles that are still holding them back. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Next time I will tell you a little bit about the first challenges that I was facing in this coaching training. See you next time.